great career, but I want Ken to share with you kind of the dilemma he found himself in when he retired and why he was attracted to Talk Fusion. Hello, Mr. Akins. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and I tell you what, I'm more excited today than ever. This company is always doing something that's making such a change in people's lives, and I tell you what, I'm just enjoying every second of it. I started with the company a couple of years ago, and I tell you what, I came from a 30-year career in law enforcement. And during the 30 years, the whole time I'm working, I'm thinking, okay, everything's going to be great. I'm going to retire. I'm going to, be happy, live happily ever after. But guess what? It didn't happen that way. Found out quickly, you cannot survive on a portion of what you're used to making. It just doesn't work that way. And so after retirement, I realized I needed a job. I had to go back to work. But of course, I didn't want that traditional job. So I started looking around, trying some different things and so on and so forth. Wound up taking a part-time job back at the place that I left from, and didn't like that, of course. And then someone introduced me to Talk Fusion. Well, I took a good hard look. I actually went to the headquarters, which just happened to be here in beautiful Tampa. So I went over to the headquarters and met with the owner and CEO, Bob Rayner, who I happened to work with at the sheriff's office prior to anyway. So I already knew who he was. He knew who I was. In fact, he called me across the parking lot because he saw me before I actually saw him. And we started talking. He explained the company to me, everything that's going on with the company. I'm like, hey, I got to give this a shot. Well, the rest is history. No more jobs. Wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, ready to go, do whatever I want to do all day and make money and have fun. See, it's not work when you're having fun. When you're making money, you're having fun. That's not considered work. That's just having fun and making income. And that's what I do every day. I go out, I have fun making income. And I tell you what, if you think about it, stop thinking about it. Just go ahead and do it. You're going to love it. There's no doubt about it. Thank you very much, Blue Diamond Leslie. And I'll see you on the next presentation.
That's fantastic, Ken. I just think what you're sharing is what the majority of people face when they retire from these 30, 40-year careers. So thank you so much for sharing with someone the bright spot, the light at the end of the tunnel, and the excitement that you feel just in being able to do something that you love every day. Appreciate that so much. The next person I'm going to share with you is a former CEO of a Silicon Valley tech company. And again, we just say approach anyone. You never know where entrepreneurs are coming from. They could come from a background in law enforcement. They can come from a background in the tech world. So Tom Fancher, if you would share why you and Linda were attracted to what we see here in Talk Fusion.
Thank you, Leslie. Ken, great information. I always enjoy hearing your background. I would say not different than anyone else on the planet. We just happen to have a career path that had both my wife Linda and I starting and running companies. So we came from an entrepreneurial background. And the slide that you put up, Leslie, the 40-40-40 slide, I can't even relate to that number. And I don't know who today works only 40 hours a week. But when you're running your own company, it was our last company was a traditional technology firm in Silicon Valley. And we were chasing the Silicon Valley dream, which is where you get a bunch of stock, you go public, you get a bunch of money, and you live happily ever after. Well, any of you who have followed the technology world know that in the early 2000s, the whole dot-com world imploded. Along with that implosion, our company just barely survived. We got it back to being on its feet, but by the time we did that, the value of the company had greatly diminished, the value of the stock and the value of the dream. So we exited the company, started to look for something else that met our requirement of not being employed by anyone, and that's why entrepreneurs, we don't want to work for anyone. And then as we were going through that journey, the whole financial world imploded. So we were really, really hit heavily on the financial side of things. Fortunately, a person that we knew had us watch a presentation much like you're seeing right now. And it didn't take a lot to convince us that this was the path that we needed to go on, because we had a technology that the world needed. We were surrounded by great people the company paid instantly. So for those that need the cash flow, this is a great way to do it, and had a 7-year track record of being successful. So the result for both Lynn and I is that we got off the financial path that we were on. We're now back on the financial path. We live in Napa. We enjoy our life. We're able to share this great opportunity with people around the world that are open and interested. And I guarantee you that people like myself who either have been successful or even are still successful are always looking for something else. So please offer this opportunity to anyone you come across. I guarantee you the entrepreneurs of the people will be interested. May not be the right timing now, but they will be interested. So it's been a great journey for us. Leslie, thank you so much for allowing us to share our journey with you and the good folks on this call.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you and Linda, your leadership, and also for the great story. Because if people need to understand, we talk to anyone and everyone just to invite them to take a look. It's so simple, and it just makes sense. And as you begin to talk with people, you'll find that everyone comes from a different reference point, and their needs, what they're looking for, is different. So if you just share it with them, you just never know who you're going to find. But I can absolutely guarantee you, if you talk to enough people, you will find two to get started. And we're going to help you every step of the way. So I want to thank all of our guests for your 20 minutes of time today on the webcast. We're going to come back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Join us. In the meantime, you can go to jointalkfusion.com and get more information there, jointalkfusion.com, and see more about our products on talkfusion.com. So we look forward to you getting your questions answered, joining the team, and then bringing some guests with you tonight. We'll see you then. Everyone have a great day, and thanks so much for watching. Bye now.